Tuesday, July 12th, the middle of summer here in Ottawa. Just a sweltering day. It's going to be over 40 degrees here. I don't know what that is in crazy US numbers. So I'm going to try and shoot a little bit more. I'm going to try and shoot a little bit more. I saw a vlog that I did yesterday. One of the ones that I sort of spent a lot of time doing and a lot of time shooting and making some creative shots. And I sort of missed it. I really liked how it looked, and I'm sort of sad that I'm not shooting so regularly anymore. So, whew, it's warm in my car. So I'm going to try and shoot a little bit more regularly, edit a little bit more regularly, and get some more content up again, because I do miss doing it. So, there we go. So let's see how today goes. Heading off to my business partner's house to get some work done on our laptops, and then probably home to get some chores done. Not super exciting. I am going to try and get to the river with my dog today, because he's really going to enjoy that. One of the things I'm having some difficulty with is getting my new camera up and running, because I don't have a tripod with it. It's very difficult to hold as opposed to this one, which is quite easy to hold handheld, or that tiny little tripod that I normally have attached to it. That tiny little tripod, which is a Joby GorillaPod, but the smallest one, made for, you know, tiny little, really it's made for cell phones and I guess tiny little action cameras, but it's really not very well made. It's made to be incredibly lightweight and doesn't really work all that well as a support mechanism, and the plastic joints get really badly worn, and then they crack, and then the legs fall off. And so now my large tripod has now become this tiny little thing, which is more like a little pistol grip if anything else. So I need to get a new one of these at some point. And I have seen some photos. My dad sent me a photo from Princess Auto, which is kind of like what Canadian Tire used to be. Sort of all these gadgets and gizmos and tools and stuff like that, but more on a I don't know, an industrial level, sort of stuff that you would find in other, handyman stores. But they've also got this huge section of like weird wholesale stuff, gadgets and gizmos, and they've got these tripods similar to this, also plastic, unfortunately, but longer legs, bigger joints, and some sort of a tripod head on it as well. Looks plastic, but still some sort of tripod head that you can kind of bend around and move. So I might see if I can get to Princess Auto today and see if I can grab my business partner and take him with me on a little bit of a trip, and we will go and check it out, and I will show you guys what an awesome store it is. Into the meeting now, hanging out with my business partner and get some work done. We're doing some pretty interesting work on a really cool standing desk, so hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit of that work done as well, and maybe I'll be able to show it at some point, because it's still sort of under wraps while we get some patenting stuff done and get some kind of final design ironed out. As you know from some of my other vlogs I've done in the past, Mark doesn't exactly enjoy being on camera all that much, so there won't be a lot of shooting going on in here while we're working. Alright, finished work for now. Heading to Princess Auto. Looking forward to grabbing some supplies. It's a beautiful day outside today. Just gorgeous. Just look at that. Let's look at that. We arrived in the surplus section. It's full of compound bows, weapons, stainless steel cups, classic wide mouth flasks, tiny red cups, knives, crossbow bolts, all kinds of crazy shit. We're gonna see what we can find. So much glorious junk to decide what you want, what you don't want. Ozzy Osbourne seat covers, are they a requirement? It's something you need to buy. Don't lose your wiener. Found both my tripods. I got a small one and a large one. For some reason the small one is actually more expensive than the large one by $1. I'm not really sure why. I just got what I needed. Under $15 for 2 tripods. Weird stuff. Medieval catapult is kind of cool, but $20 seems a little high. Finished at Princess Auto. Got a bag of goodies. Spent about $50. It's the thing with shopping with someone else. You don't really want to walk around with a camera sticking around in your face all the time, so looking forward to getting out of the heat again. It was so nice in there. Got some snacks. I got some cashews and some bacon jerky. I've never had that before, so that should be kind of tasty. I'm looking forward to chewing up on that bag. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, anyway. That guy was giving you grief, so that's all right.
How's that stay on there?
Which?
What's holding it there? Or it's not? Why are you putting it there?
Oh, I was just recording this before when we were walking across the parking lot.
Oh, I see.
It's just for my blog.
You don't drive with it?
No, I just take it down. Take it down. We're in Home Depot looking for hinges for our desk project. This place is immense. Smells like wood, obviously. 17 hinges. Hinges acquired. Heading for nuts and bolts now. Emergency trip to Winners to pick up a trimmer and other things.
Yeah, we're going to put in the defense there.
Follow me, Mark. Alright. Dropped off of his partner on the way back home. I think a friend of mine, Leanne, I think she walked Lucas, so I won't have to do that. He's probably going to get home and he's going to be soaking wet and smelly. Hopefully he's been a little bit more comfortable in the air conditioning today. So, stupid thing that happened. Yesterday, I decided that it was a super hot day yesterday. Not as bad as today. Today it went up to something like 40 with a Humidex. But I decided that, because it was quite warm, that when it normally is warm, I put my dog in the office of my apartment, closed the door to it, but I turned the air conditioning on in there. It's the only room that does have AC. So I turned the AC on in there, and then that lets him stay nice and cool during the day while I'm out. So I did that. However, when I got home and I walked into the office expecting it to be a nice, balmy, cool situation, it was super warm in there. And what had actually happened is, even though I turned the air conditioner on, I had foolishly forgotten to put the vent back into the window. So it was just circulating air in the closed room that had no circulation either, because it was obviously the door is closed. So it was like a hot box in there, and it was much warmer than the rest of the apartment. And so I'd sort of put my dog into a warmer environment. Happily or thankfully, it wasn't super hot yesterday, so it wasn't, ridiculously like a bake fest or anything. It didn't harm the dog in any way, but it probably wasn't very comfortable for him. So yeah, and the reason why I keep taking the vent out of the window is because whenever it rains in my apartment, the eaves trough above my window is blocked or damaged or whatever, and right above where my window is, right where my air conditioner is, that like 1 foot space, water just comes over the top of the eaves trough and basically just goes through my window, goes through absolutely everything, just completely wrecks that whole part of the window and actually leaks down through the vent that the air conditioner is attached to, and basically pours water onto the hardwood floor of my apartment. So it's pretty useless. So I've had a couple torrential downpours where thankfully I've been home and I've been able to sort of tear the thing out in quasi frustration. And so that's why it's not always attached. So I should just call my landlord and ask him to fix that. So I am finally back home, fairly warm. Oh, I've got to organize all this photography crap. So I finally got the camera sort of set up a little bit better. I'm using the green tripod that I purchased today. It is still an incredibly heavy thing to hold. I don't know how Casey does it. I feel like I gotta get the same sort of strong muscles that he has, and because I don't have sunglasses, if I look at the monitor, obviously it does look like I'm looking a little bit away from it, so I'm just going to continue looking into the lens. We've got it set up, trying it out with the Zoom microphone attached via the 3.5 inch adapter, so that will sort of work more, give me some better audio, I should hope. I really hope this doesn't break. I feel like because this tripod does have a plastic ball head, not a metal one, so I am feeling a little bit scared. I'm going to turn on the lights here so I can sort of show you what the setup is that I'm going with right now. So if I turn ourselves like this, you can sort of see the setup that's happening right now. I've got the 70D, I've got the microphone on top, and then a 3.5 inch cable attaching through the back to sort of give me the audio that I need. Oh jeez. I sort of feel like I want to have some sort of a tether to this camera, so that it's, even though it's on this tripod, I sort of feel like I want to have some sort of security leash that attaches to me, so if I accidentally drop it or whatever, or it comes off the tripod, that it sort of just falls and doesn't fall to the ground, it falls to my body instead. Maybe it's just because I'm paranoid that, you know, I'm carrying around this tremendously expensive camera and holding onto this plastic piece on the bottom of it. So anyway, I'm probably going to end the blog here. I just wanted to sort of try out the new setup with the new mic and see if it sounds any better than the regular internal microphone. And I'm really not sure if it's working properly, and I am hoping that it is. Suffice to say, I'll see you guys all tomorrow.